Hi, this is Nick Caruso. I get this question asked a lot. How do I do a database lookup using the Xerox component? And you can do a database lookup out of the box with the Xerox component, but it's a bit limited. And if you want any sort of advanced functionality, you're going to have to script it. So this is doing the database lookup for a Xerox component through scripting. I have a little demo here. I have a Xerox emulator here on the Xerox UI. I'm going to click on DB lookup. This is pretending that I'm entering in like a user PIN number. It's going to look up into a database for maybe their home directory. So I'm going to click on PIN. I can type in anything. I hit done. It's going to come back and say error, user not found. And if I try and scan a document here, it's going to say a little error message up here. So start, please enter your correct PIN. And I think at the panel of the device, it would actually be beeping you at this point saying that there's an error. So if I type in another PIN, whoops. 1, 2, 3, and I click done, it is going to do a database lookup, pull up my name and a fake home directory. So I can go back here and again do maybe like 3, 4, or maybe it's 4, 5, 6. I did 4. I have one other user in this database. This is a really simple access database, yeah. All right, so here's how you do it. I'm not going to write it. I'm just going to kind of walk you through the example code. So you're going to put in a script path here, and check form unload and form is submitted. This is the important one where it submits if you have correct data. So if you look into the script file here, a couple things that you have to do if you're doing any sort of database activity. First thing is, it is helpful. Our help menu is pretty helpful here. If you go to our help menu, and it goes over the API stack, and it gives you a lot of tips and tricks and sample code and things like that. So I highly encourage you going through that. But here, first thing it's going to tell you, if you are referencing a system.data ODBC or any other reference, make sure you have to pass in this line here. All right. I don't believe there's a access to the status monitor, which is unfortunate. A lot of other scripting UIs support that, but you're gonna have to use the event viewer. So you're gonna have to use system.diagnostics if you want to output to the event viewer. All right, on form load, I want to hide both fields. So this is a nice little trick. Event data form field. This is the method to the fields. Object username is hidden, make it true. Which is kind of interesting. I'm used to visible, but anyway, I guess we used is hidden. So I'm going to hide these two fields on form load. And on submit, if the home value is empty, equals zeros, then fail the form. All right, on change, so pin on change. This is a little interesting how this is implemented. So you got to put the field name and then underscore on change. This is just part of the Xerox scripting API. This was some demo code I originally had, so you can go ahead and delete that. I'm just calling get user details. It's a function I created, and I'm passing in the event data object. So in here, I'm getting access to the pin field. I'm getting the value of that. I'm creating two new fields here, username and home server. I'm defaulting the value here. I'm setting up an ODBC connection, or here's a DSN, ODBC DSN connection. Here's my SQL statement. I'm querying the pin. Now, probably, if you're familiar with SQL inject statements, I probably should be doing parameterized SQL statement or checking that there isn't any violation here, but that's, I don't know if you ever want to get to that level of detail. Anyway, all right, here's your standard VB.NET query. To execute a query, I'm then grabbing the username and the host server from the data record. And then down here, I'm setting my field, my AutoStore field value with the applicable results that I got out of the database. And then I'm unhiding these two fields. And that's it. So it's a pretty quick, hopefully you can reuse this over and over again. The one trick, and here's what's really important when you're running on a 64-bit operating system. AutoStore is a 32-bit operating system. So when you are, if you're trying to do this, when you are registering your ODBC connection, make sure you use the 32-bit ODBC executable, not if you go into control panel. I'm running on a 64-bit OS here. If I go into control panel, it will by default launch this 64-bit ODBC. So make sure it's 32-bit. That's it. Hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.